Welcome to Life Expansion After 50. If you haven't watched the video where I demonstrated the morning routine, it'll be good to watch that one. That routine is a morning routine. I do the same thing every day, but I keep adding progression. I add progression with either resistance, the number of reps, and I actually bounce back and forth. I'll go from 5 to 10. And once I can do 10, I add a little bit resistance. I use a band typically, and that brings me back down. That is to flood my system with neurotransmitters. Starts out in the morning, I spike my heart rate, spike my breathing, is helping the heart rate variability, flooding the neurotransmitters, and the progression is amazing. The way the progression works is struggling on the edge of ability. With that exercise, I want to have good form. I don't want to get sloppy, and I'm going to stay inside my zone. I don't want to be outside of that going to failure. So I shouldn't be shaking or anything. That's a different kind of exercise than this one. I mentioned there are 7 elements that we want to incorporate as many as possible. Every exercise is not going to have all 7, but there's novelty, something new. And footwork drills are perfect. I can change the spacing in the cone. That's enough to create novelty. I can do different drills, which I'll demonstrate some today. And there's so many drills online that you can try something new. It's like play. And what's interesting is it really illustrates how well the neurotransmitter helps with the proprioception, the balance, and the precision, because the first day you may be really awkward. In fact, the more awkward, the better, because you're going to get more neurotransmitter. And by day 3, I'm not going to say you're an expert, but you're moving pretty well. I've never done foot drills before this. I didn't play sports in high school or college, and so I didn't do drills like this. Martial arts, we didn't have drills. Ranger school, no drills like this, but we did other things. So the novelty piece, footwork is great for it. Intention, right now I'm working to start sprinting. I used to sprint 80 yards and I could knock 80 yards out in about 10 seconds. And that was a few years ago, the last time I sprinted. I want to get my sprinting back to that speed, even though I was younger. The intention is to have precision and place my feet right and be smooth and improve my time. That's my intention, not to be confused with the overall context. The overall context is to be faster at sprinting. I want to get my sprint times down to what it was a couple of years ago and actually extend the distance. I've been sprinting 80 yards. I'd like to move that to 100 and then have my time work accordingly. Today I'm going to do something different. I've never done footwork drills on asphalt before, but I want to start adding in a weighted vest. So we talk about progression and wanting to be able to increase it, and there's many ways to increase it. You can increase the load by time, by pace, duration, frequency, the number of reps. And so this should be easier than doing it on grass. And then I'll do a couple of warm-ups, and then I'll work with the vest and add a weight or two just to experiment. I'd like to then take the weight to the grass. But here's a basic drill. Shuffle backwards, sprint diagonally. Shuffle backwards, sprint diagonally. And what I'm doing, I'm adding quite a bit. I got precision and balance. And there's a little explosiveness because I have to start off sprinting. And this is going to help when I do start sprinting. So that's a basic shuffle drill, diagonal. I shouldn't say basic because it is a variation. The basic one is this: shuffle, backwards, shuffle, forward, shuffle. Of course, you want to do it in both directions. Now, I'm exerting myself more than I should because I want to be able to pace myself and do this multiple times. And as I add the vest, first thing I'll do is go to 4 pounds. That's the minimum, just to get the feel of it. And then maybe I'll add 1 pound. Again, this is not traditional exercise. I'm not trying to exercise the muscle, get stronger.